Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. Today we're going to talk about Tesla again, but it's an answer to a very good question from one of the subscribers. How do we value Tesla? Now, if you find any of the information in tonight's video informative or just plain kooky, please hit that lovely like button. It's as lovely as me. And if you want to see more videos, please hit that sexy subscribe button. It's as sexy as me. If you laughed at that, you've got to hit the like button. Now, please, let's get on with the show. So, Tesla. You have half the people wanting to short it, and half the people saying it's going to hit 3,000 in a year. It's going to hit 1 million in 10 years. The people who jumped into it are in for the long ride, like you should be with any share, and they won't hear anything against it. Now, you have simple things such as PE ratio, but it doesn't make a profit according to SEC. Its profit was by accounting that was the SEC doesn't approve of, so it would have made a loss. So even though it said it made a profit, the profit isn't actually a profit by other company standards. So, although I do expect that to change within the next year. So, how do we check it then? So we can't check it via profit and loss because it isn't making it. We can check it from the cash to debt, but as we know, that's only one aspect of checking a company balance books. Plenty of companies that have a low valuation, that have no debt, have cash on hand, considered small companies. So that's out the window. Now, Tesla has a forward PE ratio of 233. Now, we can see some of the details here. So if we compare it to Ford and to GM that have a forward PE ratio of 6 and 9, it's very rich. But I hear you say, but Tesla isn't just a motor company. Ford and GM aren't going to last 10 years. Well, again, that's your opinion. They may do. They could innovate. Hopefully they will. My family work for Ford, so I hope Ford lasts, but that's beside the point. This is unbiased information, and you're right. Tesla isn't just a motor company. Although a large amount of its money comes from motors at the moment, it isn't all it comes from. You have the solar energy, you have the software business, you have all these side hustles such as the boring company that he's trying to get up and running. You have SpaceX, you have not a flamethrower. There's a fundraiser. He's an expert fundraiser, Elon Musk. Now, when you have a company like this, where traditional analysts value at 300 and the Tesla stock holders value at 3,000, you then have to look at what's inside it. So we can compare it to other software companies, such as or even solar companies, with their forward PE ratio, again, it's nothing. We could go to Apple. There's a forward PE ratio of 23. You can go to Amazon, just forward PE ratio of less than 100. And Amazon, who, let's face it, a lot further along, they have a lot more investments, a lot more stable. But then they are, I hear you say, Sean, they're a lot more expensive. They're near the 3,000 mark, and you're right. But if you look at the forward PE ratio of Amazon when you first pick them up, and no offense, forward PE ratio of Amazon when you had to pick them up when they were starting out wasn't cheap either, but it made Tesla look like a bargain. Sorry, got the wrong way around. Sorry, forgive me. Tesla made Amazon look like a bargain purely because if you missed the boat on Amazon because of the forward PE ratio, I doubt you would learn by your mistake and jump in on Tesla, because a lot of companies have claimed to be future and they've burnt out. And if you want, I will do a video on pitfalls that could affect Tesla. Now, we've seen it over here in the UK. Sinclair, so Clive Sinclair, who made the Sinclair C5 in the 80s, put all his money into an environmentally friendly bike for businessmen to get to work, where you sit down on the bike and pedal it to work in the roads. Flopped, lost all his money, and had to wrap up the business. He was thought to be the future, was made a lord because of his advances in computer sciences. Now, it's all about what direction you're going. A lot of people are saying when the CEO of a company says the share price is too high, you've got to listen. And that is a valid point. When the CEO of a company sells shares, releases shares to the market, that means he thinks the share price is too high. So he's fundraising at the highest price. Again, that's a valid point. When he released shares though, that was last year. They've advanced since then. So you've got to take that into account as well. I'm not making a case for or against Tesla. I'm merely putting both sides. Now, I mentioned Amazon. Now we're going to NIO. Now, NIO, I mentioned, could be a takeover target. They are a car company close to Tesla. The reason I didn't mention the other Chinese company and that are even closer to Tesla is because Tesla are in a legal battle with them, so I don't think I should keep bringing them up. And both the other Chinese company and NIO have already have the car with autonomous driving, long range. NIO are the ones who have perfected the battery swapping technology, which Tesla couldn't. And they've just secured a massive multi-billion-dollar investment, which makes them into a new company where they keep 75% of the company and the investors have 15%. Now, they have some beautiful cars, and in China, because the state aren't involved in the car, the state have backed them, but the state don't own them like the other company I mentioned. It means there's less interference, but it's also, like with Delta, they'll be backed by the state if need be, if financially need be. So a lot of people in China, a lot of Westerners in China, trading in Teslas for NIO until Tesla gets things up and running and sorted. Like Tesla, they can do their upgrades over the cloud. Thing is, they don't do solar, so Tesla is better than them that way. But their price, $3.70, you can't sniff at. Now, Tesla's still Tesla. Still have all the other stuff. SpaceX, Boring Company. If they perfect the Boring Company, then who knows? They could charge a fortune for a car to go on there. And because we all know how packed Los Angeles is peak time. And even me in the UK, we've seen it. And, you know, it just has so many innovative technologies, and its new tie-up with a South Korean company, it's a video I did yesterday if you want to check it out, you will just improve their factory and improve their battery, make things better. I just think you have to do, this is something where no analyst can tell you how to value them. No idiot on the internet like me could tell you how to value them. This is something where they can go 3,000, but it will take time, and you can't expect a dividend. But at the same time, I think they can also drop back down to 400. Someone said before how NAT was fueled on hype, and it's the same with Tesla. They're fueled on hype and potential. So they go up when good news comes out. When bad news comes out, such as Elon Musk does another tweet, or he goes on a certain person's radio show, we all know who that is, or some bad news comes out, say, for instance, and check my pitfalls video for those, there'll be a few of them, then it'll drop. We saw that with a tweet, and part of his agreement with the SEC was supposed to be they take someone on to check his tweets. He must have been furloughed during this process, or he should be fired, because he obviously wasn't working then. Now, the other thing is, although his tweet wasn't necessarily against SEC's rules, it could be classed as going against the SEC, so they may want to take action, not to the extent of getting rid of him, but we know how he's been defined during the lockdown. And if, for instance, the SEC, they may want to hit him with a small fine or something small, or Tesla, and where he's being defiant, he may want to, because he's so defiant against the establishment at the moment, he may want to be defiant against the SEC. Now, if that happens and he fights the SEC, he then may find himself removed. But that would be short term, because he would still have a role within the company, he will still be running the company, he just won't be classed as CEO, but the share price will be affected because of that. Anyway, as I said, please hit the like button, it helps get the video out to more people. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Why haven't you? I appreciate every one of my 12 subscribers. Thank you. I've had to delete 4 subscribers for spamming. I'd like to get back some of them. If I get to 100 subscribers and 1,000 hours, I will open up a public trading account for the subscribers to see. If that's something you would like, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment on anything on today's show, whether you agree or disagree, and your reasons why, please. Goodbye.